Hi guys, Vic here with an unscripted video. So some of you were asking for this, so I decided to make a tutorial for it. And today we're going to install the Falling Pickaxe game and do the OBS setup and the Google Cloud setup. So we can get the API key for YouTube, and this will let us, or let the game, pick up the messages in the live stream chat. So for this I set up a VM with nothing on it, so it's like a fresh install of Windows. So I can show you how to get even Python and everything else. So first we're going to go on my GitHub. So I'm going to go to GitHub and I'm going to search for myself, I guess. Users. So I have the Falling Pickaxe repository right here, and I guess many of you won't have Git installed. If you're new to programming, you won't know what Git is, but that's okay. My recommendation though is to try to see what Git is and to learn about it, because if you want to go into programming, this is going to be useful and it's really important. But if you don't have Git, we're going to just go on my repository, go click on code, and we're going to download as a zip file. So now we have this zip file, which we can go into downloads, and then I'm going to extract it. Okay, and we have the game. Now that we have the game, I'm just going to copy it and move it on desktop. So we have it here. And now, well, I have a script here, which is run.ps1. It's a PowerShell script. And if you never worked with scripts before, or PowerShell terminal stuff, stuff like that, well, it's not that hard. For this, we can just go in the folder and right click and then open in terminal. You're going to have this by default if you are on Windows 11. If you are not on Windows 11, you can either open a PowerShell, okay, and run it, and then cd into this folder. You can copy the path from here. Right, so you are in the folder, or you can install the Windows terminal from the Microsoft Store. You can find it here. So it's right here. It won't be installed by default if you are on Windows 10. Okay, so we are in the terminal, and we can see that if we try to run the script run.ps1, which is a PowerShell script, we're going to get an error. This says cannot be loaded because running scripts is disabled on the system. Okay, I didn't expect this. I expected a Python error, but I forgot that by default you can't run scripts on Windows unless you enable it. I'm going to go into Google and search for the command because I forgot it. Okay, so the command I think is set execution policy unrestricted, but for this we need to run the terminal in administrator mode. So we can search it here and go and click and run as administrator. And then I can paste this, set execution policy unrestricted. And now we should be able to run commands, scripts from PowerShell. I'm going to open it again because we need to restart the terminal. And I'm going to try to run again this script. And I'm going to say run. And it says right here that Python was not found. This script is so you can actually run the game, and in case it crashes, it will open it again. So if you're streaming and you are not looking at your computer, or you left it open somewhere, then this script will run it again. You can also just do Python, the source folder, so like source, and then run the main.py. But we don't have Python installed. So for this, we're going to go into Microsoft Store, which is the easiest way of doing it. We're going to search for Python, and we're going to pick, I see there are multiple versions here, but we're going to pick the latest one. I'm going to click get and wait for it to install. Okay, now we have Python installed. I can close this actually. Yeah, and well, now we see that we can run Python, but we don't have the modules installed. So we have this error right here that says no module named pygame. This is one of the modules that are required to run the game. So for this, we're going to say pip install -r, and we're going to provide it requirements.txt. This is going to install our modules globally, but it should be fine. You can always go and uninstall the modules if you want. Okay, now we have the modules installed, and we should be able to run the game. Except there's one thing that I forgot. So Also in the README, I mentioned how you need to rename the default config.json to config.json. So we're going to just go here and rename this from default.config.json into just config.json. And now we have the game. Okay, so this was the first part of the tutorial. The next part is I'm going to show you the config, actually. We're going to open it with Notepad. We don't need anything fancy for this, it's just JSON. So you can see here chat control is not activated. If we turn it on, then it will try to get the API key, the channel, and it will look for your livestream ID and the chat ID to get the messages from chat. There are other things in here like the polling interval. So if we want to not hit the quota, the limit, we're going to have to change this from 15 to like 45, as I said in my previous video. Those are other intervals, how often you want things to happen. So those are just other options that you can tweak. So for the next thing, we're going to go into Google Cloud. Right? So we're going to click on this, Google Cloud, and we're going to get started for free. And we're going to need a Google account. So I'm just going to log in really quick. Okay, we're going to set up our account information. I'm going to agree. And let's see. Okay, so we need a payments profile, individual, legal name, some details here, like a street, apartment, postal code, province, I don't know, something. Okay, and we're going to add a payment method, which I forgot about. I didn't know you actually had to enter a payment method. I forgot about this, but I'm going to make one right now. Okay, so I got past that, and I'm going to say that everything should be free, so you don't have to pay anything. You should be careful with it though, so do not activate other things that you don't understand. Okay, so in Google Cloud, we're going to go into our first project, and I'm going to search for YouTube API. So we need the YouTube data API, I think. I actually forgot. I'm going to enable this. Okay, I'm going to go into credentials, and I am going to create credentials, and I'm going to create an API key. Okay, and we have our API key. So we're going to ignore this warning, but if you want, you can restrict the usage for this API key. We don't need anything from here anymore. If you want, you can go into a project. I'm going to go actually into the YouTube data API. I'm going to manage it, and we can see here the quotas and system limits. So what I showed you in the video that I made for the falling pickaxe. Okay, we can take our API key and paste it here. And I'm going to enable this. So I'm going to set this from false to true. And another thing, we're going to go on YouTube. Let's actually search for live falling pickaxe game. So let's search for just for testing purposes. Pickaxe. I can't actually type anymore. Pickaxe. Okay, Jax is live. Let's actually take someone who uses my game. Look, this guy is having almost 600 viewers on his stream. I'm going to stop it. Okay, and I'm going to go into his channel. I'm going to search for YouTube channel ID. Actually this. So YouTube channel ID finder. I'm going to paste the link. I'm going to click I'm not a robot. And I'm going to copy the ID. There are other methods to get the ID, but this is pretty simple. And I'm going to take the ID from the live stream, which is right here. This is the ID of the live stream. To get this for your channel, you're going to have to first start the live stream and then get the ID. So I'm going to get the ID from there, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to save the config. So now, when I run this, if you look here, it found the chat ID, it found the subscriber count, and is going to start fetching the chat messages. I actually set it to 45 seconds, so now we have to wait a bit more, I think. Yeah, see, it's pulling the YouTube API and it found 2 TNT commands, 0 super chats, 2 fast slow commands, 1 big command, and 2 pickaxe commands. So you can see it's spawning TNT for TNT clicks, so it works. Now we're going to do the OBS setup. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to search for OBS. Okay. I'm going to download OBS for Windows. It's downloading, and I'm going to install it. Meanwhile, I'm going to go into, no, not Switch account, into YouTube Studio. I'm going to create a channel because I don't have a channel for this account. I'm going to continue. And very important, before you can start streaming on a new channel, you will have to wait 24 hours to go live. So you request access to streaming and you will have to wait 24 hours. So you're going to click request, and then you're also going to have to verify yourself. So to verify yourself, you're going to have to enter your phone number, you're going to receive a text, and you're going to enter the code you receive on that text message. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to show how to set up OBS. So for OBS, we're going to launch it. Okay. I'm just going to say skip version. I'm going to skip those. And here in OBS, we're going to create a scene. Let's call it falling pickaxe. I'm going to go into settings, and for video, I'm going to change this because we need a 9:16 aspect ratio. So 1080 by 1920. And here we're going to choose the scaled resolution to the same resolution. If you want to change the FPS, you can change the FPS or you can leave it to 30. And in stream, you're going to pick YouTube and you're going to connect your account, which is easier, right? You're going to choose your account, continue. And now in OBS, you're going to have your account connected. I'm going to click apply. You're going to see here you have your chat window, your YouTube live control panel. You don't actually need those. You can access them from the YouTube studio, but I'm going to leave them there for now. Another thing in output, you might want to change the video bitrate. So for 1080p streaming, you might want at least bitrate of 6000. You can leave everything else. This basically comes down to just optimizing your stream. If you want to, you can look into it, what other settings you can change, but the important part is that you're going to stream in 9:16 aspect ratio because you want to stream on YouTube Shorts. Okay, I'm going to click apply. I'm going to close this because I don't care about it. And here in the falling pickaxe scene, I'm going to add a new window capture. And while I'm here, I'm going to open the falling pickaxe game again. Okay, so I have it here in the background, so OBS can see it here. Well, I'm going to do it again because I have to refresh it. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to add it again. So window capture, while you have the falling pickaxe open, and you can select. Yeah, so it should show up in the window capture settings, but it doesn't show up for some reason, even though it's right here. I'm going to close it for a moment and open it again. Yeah, now it shows up. I don't know why it didn't show up at first. So I'm going to, oh, it disappeared. I'm going to transform it and stretch to screen. And now we have a full streaming setup for the falling pickaxe game. And it's connected to chat. So you can click start streaming. You're going to have this pop-up with manage broadcast. And you're going to do your settings here, or you can do them from your YouTube dashboard. So you can go live there and you're going to see you can manage your stream from here. I can't actually do that right now because I have to wait 24 hours and verify my account. So yeah, this was the tutorial. I hope you got your answers and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!